Welcome to another awesome edition of Getting Connected. I'm Marlin D. Slack, but enough about me because I'm telling you, we brought the heat today. And continuing our conversation about mental health and wellness, today's guest is the one you've all been waiting for. She's got a career spanning over 15 years, specializing in marriage and family counseling. And so she keeps herself quite busy, but she's taken time out of that schedule all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada to meet with us today and answer your question. Please welcome today's guest, licensed therapist Leticia Murphy. Leticia, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's so great to have you. I was so excited.
Thank you for having me.
I guess we should start by asking what your focus area is in your practice.
So, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and a licensed clinical alcohol and drug counselor. So, my primary focuses are relationships, parenting. I also do anxiety, depression, and any type of addiction.
For people who don't know, like myself not very long ago, would you mind explaining exactly what therapy is?
So, psychotherapy is a process where you go and you speak with a licensed professional. They can be a licensed clinical social worker, a licensed counselor, it could be a licensed marriage and family therapist. You go there to speak and you talk about kind of like what are the things that you want to work on? Are there goals that you want to work on? Are there things that you need to resolve? Are there maybe some habits, hangups, or some things that you probably shouldn't be doing that we want to work on? So basically, when you're going to see how can we resolve behaviors, beliefs, feelings, maybe talking about a relationship. Is this the best relationship for you? Sometimes we're also talking about trauma, past trauma and current trauma and PTSD.
Why do you think therapy specifically and mental health in general has become so mainstream lately?
Okay, I know everybody's not going to want to hear this. I think because TV. I think TV and social media. It
Mm.
is so common now to see some of these celebrities on TV inside their own sessions with their significant other or by themselves or talking about parenting issues or any type of issues. And then I also believe that because we're seeing it with, social media, there's all kinds of articles and encouragement. And surprisingly, but so happy, the churches, we're talking about it now, sermons on it. So that's
Finally.
really good. And schools, I mean,
Yeah,
because our kids are hurting. And so we see a lot of information coming from schools as well.
that's amazing. I think it's definitely a good thing, and it probably makes your life very busy, but in a good way, right?
Yes, definitely.
So I want to know what is one of the main misconceptions about therapy that you would like to clear up today?
Okay. So I want to clear up two. So the first one is only crazy people go to therapy. No, 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 no. Okay. I always tell my clients, everybody's crazy. Okay. We're all crazy. If you've
I'm
lived
sure
a
crazy.
life, we're crazy. Okay. And I just say we each have different scoops. Some people have 5 scoops of crazy. Some people have 2.5. Okay. So number one, crazy. It's not only about crazy people. It's anybody who has hurts, habits, hangups, things you need to get over, things you want to accomplish. So that's the first misconception. The second misconception is people think that they go to a therapist one time and when you ask them, well, how did it go? They're like, it was a waste of time. Okay. And so I want you guys to remember like mental health is like physical health. If I go to the gym one time and I don't work on my eating and I don't go back, I'm probably not going to get a 6 pack unless it's a soda. Okay. So consistency, it takes consistency, it takes time, it takes work outside of the session as well.
I for sure am guilty of blaming the gym on the reason I don't have my six pack yet, but I know for a fact it's me. So that totally makes sense, and that certainly clears things up. Now, I do know that you are a woman of faith, and I'm wondering what role does faith play in your practice?
My clientele, I would say half of my clientele are faith based. And when I say faith based, there are some that have different faiths and then some who have Christian faith. And so, being the person that I am, and ethically, we cannot cross a barrier with our belief systems. Okay. So, it's wherever our clients are at. So, if my clients are Christian and they want to talk about biblical principle as well as what's going on in, say, their relationship or their thought process, then if they allow me, then we go there. If they are from a different faith, we'll still incorporate that. I'll just have to ask them. So, what does it look like in your faith? because we know that we get so much from our faith, from resiliency and hope, just being able to continue and to go forward. So that's how I use faith in my.
I love that. Wow, that's incredible. What would you say would be like some type of screening process, if you will, for people who are still unsure if they should step into therapy?
I always do a lot of self-reflection. What is it that you want to work on? First, you have to identify, and I'm just using a generalization. Are we having nightmares of something that happened 6 years ago that's over and over and it's impacting our quality of life? Depending on how bad it's impacting you, it may be time to seek out help. If it's a goal, if it's something that you want accountability, you have to decide, how bad do I want this for my life? How bad do I want to heal? How bad do I want to change? And if you're really ready, then start asking friends, who do you see? What do you know? What do you look for? And you have to trust the person that you meet, and you have to mesh. If you don't like them, it's not going to work.
You don't like them, it's not going to work. That's important. I know a lot of people need to hear that. Well, I feel like I've already started my first session. We can just, after this finishes, we can go ahead and continue the rest of my session, because you sold me on this completely. Well, I do know you got to get back to what you're doing. So before you go, you chose a really cool song. I was jamming to it in the car on my way here today. Can you tell us what that song is and why you chose it?
So the song is called Overcome. It is, of course, my church, City Light Worship, and they have a great ministry, just overcoming. The words overcome, because I think many times we're all struggling in different areas, and it's so, so important to have that word and know that one day we're going to get through all of this. Wow.
One day we are going to get through all of this. I literally feel like I could take on the world after this interview. I might have to have you on every week from now on. Let's just continue this every week. But before you go, can you just tell us how we can find you, where we can set up an appointment?
I am on Instagram, so you can find me at Leticia_Murphy. I am currently only practicing in Nevada, Colorado, and Arizona. And I would always be willing to help somebody if you want me to hook you up and help you ask the questions for your therapist in your state.
Okay, so if you live in Colorado, Nevada, or Arizona, please make sure you check her out on Instagram. Her link is on the screen, as well as her website. Thank you so much for joining us. Did you make a connection today?
I made a connection today.
And so did I. So we made our connection today. We hope we can help you make yours, and we look forward to seeing you next time, right here on Getting Connected with Marlin D. Slack.
So everyone.